Latimore. I play a character named Emmett. So shy. Emmett is a young man who's dealing with baby mama challenges. He has 3 kids. He's navigating life, trying to figure out what he wants to do and how he wants to navigate becoming a man, investments in the right woman, and having a lot of different female interactions, and being a young man and really just being that relatable character, but also that character that just makes a lot of mistakes and rooting for him, but there's just always an obstacle in his way. His intentions are pure, but his decision making can get a little crazy. So we're watching him on this journey of being a father.
My name is Hannaha Hall. I play Tiffany on the side. Tiffany is a head-strong young lady that is learning how to navigate being a parent and just pursuing her goals and aspirations, while also dealing with the challenges that she's surrounded by. I think the focus is the Chicago environment, so navigating through that, and also just kind of watching how she deals with the relationships that she just has and creates throughout her growth and her life experience.
Okay, great. Now, as you know, a married couple with this open relationship concept, there's this scene where you go back to her house and you sort of like she can't figure out what she wants. And I like that scene because it's related to it, right? So for each one of you, bringing your characters to life, particularly with the energy of saying so many things go on in your relationship. What was important to each one of you actors to really set the tone for your characters? What were you doing
For me, I mean, I'm a people watcher. So, naturally, you're always looking at other people, paying attention to decisions and how they move and navigate through life. And as an actor, you apply that to your character research and your experiences. Like you're constantly processing and developing. And I think, all of our characters are a part of us a little bit. So we take a little bit of us and apply it to them. But we also, we're also considering the dialogue and the circumstances, and the dialogue is going to give you the answer on how they deal with it. But now you got to make it so, like for Tiffany, for an example, she may be victimizing the scene. It may be like, oh, why is she making this decision? But as an actor, Hannah is going to make sure we give another perspective so that she's not necessarily victimized, that she's understood and respected for her decision, whether it's a decision that this specific person may make or not.
Yeah, I think, diving into that first season, it's like, this is my first TV series, and and it's called The Shy, right? It's called The Shy. When you call it The Shy, it just hit a little different. You're speaking to the real Chicago, and I think for me, it was just about getting to Chicago, getting around my castmates, and really just going off that energy, right? We see what's on paper. We see he loves shoes. He's a father, but what's the energy like? You know what I mean? I think that came through us, through our chemistry, through us running the lines, rehearsing, and getting on set and doing the table reads and seeing what works and what doesn't, and then working it out on set and working with the director to be like, hey, I think this is who Emmett is. And I think after that first season, it really sort of solidified, like, all right, we can build from here. I get to put a lot of myself into it. There's like a balance. I always say I feel like part of it is me, then part of it is just not me. A young father is not who I am, and navigate that on screen and just that nervousness of just holding the baby while he's crying or trying to put him to sleep or trying to feed him and making sure they getting older too. They don't listen as much.
This kind of rolls into my next question. As actors, you have all these different scenes. What was there a scene at one point where you felt, wow, I am in the zone in this scene? Was there a scene that really got to that place where you're in it, but you're like, I'm in the zone. This is the scene. I feel something here, right? Is there something like that happened to either one of you? during your shoot sets?
Well, I think it's multiple scenes though. Like even the scene where she introduces the idea of an open marriage. It's like, we gotta really kind of understand and kind of rest in this moment and try to bring it to life. Like it's multiple scenes that we really feel connected and in the zone with, because we're telling stories and we want these stories to be relatable to our audience. So we trying to do everybody justice. It's multiple things. I can't pinpoint specific scenes. I know this upcoming season is one scene that I really, really felt it was a really good scene. Obviously, I can't disclose it, but it was this upcoming season. I think we even dove a little deeper.
I think as an actor, like we want to feel like that about every scene. Like, right? You come on set, you don't want to leave without it feeling like I was in it and I was that if you just go, you look at the director and be like, can I get one more? Can I do it again? Because I'm just not feeling it. So I think, leaving set without that feeling is like, you go, it can haunt you at night. You like, do this, I don't feel it. And then part of it could be, just you overthink, and then you see it and be like, you know what? It look good.
Yeah. What are you, each one of you doing the series and continue to do it? What are you coming away with for yourself? What are you taking away? What are you learning about yourself? There's one thing impact you about doing this. What would that be for each one of you?
I was going to let you talk first.
That's a different question. I like that.
I think, just going back to what I always say as actors, it's so beautiful to step out of your shoes and into someone else's and understand them and empathize with them. Empathy is so important as an actor. So every character you're going to take on, you're going to learn something from it, and it's going to also affect you. So it's very insightful experiences, even the storylines, and not even necessarily the characters that I play, but my co-stars. You look at characters like Keisha, and you like, dang, what if this happened to me? How would this affect me? So it really puts you in a place that changes your perception and your perspective on a lot of things, and essentially changes how you live your life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you're tapping into new shoes, new territory, new mindset, new mind frame. You're not really you definitely get a different perspective on this particular life situation. And I think Hannah said earlier, like, it's like, what would you do in this situation? It's like, it's a lot of those moments of just like, man, if I was here, I don't know what I'd do. Like, and I read the script like, whoa, this is crazy. So it's fun to be able to tap into that as somebody who hasn't really experienced as much as your character has experienced.
Right. Now in Chicago, of course, it's the set. And what does it feel like for you? Because it is Chicago. Can that be part of your template? That's part of the story? How much do you feel Chicago? What do you feel like that gives to the story for you? Do you feel like Chicago has this embrace? And what do you want us to feel when we watch the show and get from that feeling of Chicago and as actors portraying in your scenes?
I think because the show is called The Chi, and we are set in Chicago, obviously people are gonna directly correlate that, like, oh, this is about Chicagoans. But realistically, these stories can happen anywhere.
Correct.
And I think what's most relative to Chicagoans is the lingo and how we speak. And that's what people receive more, from what I understand. And then, just like the different places that we go, the different sets that we're on, just seeing Chicago on TV, it is raw enough to Chicagoans where we're like, okay, you know what? This is Chicago. Like, these are things that happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think just I would say most of our castmates are from Chicago. So, me being from Milwaukee and coming into this project, I think that just totally helped. Hannah's Chicago, Mikey, Chicago, Shaman, Chicago, Rolando, Chicago. So it's just like, it helps everything. From me as an actor, it's just like just
Right.
surrounded by these individuals who really just help make the show so much better and give it so much life, and really bring it back home, which is the Chi. Because when you put the CHI, it's not Chicago, it's the Chi. So it's a little different.
Yeah.
It's the city feels very kind of like sometimes it feels a little futuristic. Like buildings feel very like they just they just take off and just go into the sky sometimes. Like they just
Wow.
the way that the buildings are built, and then like you get on those rooftop bars and you can just see how well you can say they take time with each building in the city and every restaurant, the bridges, the river, and it's a beautiful setting. So it's almost
Wonderful.
what's those jars? You shake them up,
Oh yeah, for Christmas in this jacket.
flying.
Yeah. What do you want audience to come away with seeing the show? The one thing or something you feel like, hey, you know what? I'm glad you're watching the show because this is what you could take away. What would that be?
Going back to piggyback on just decisions in life. I think everything we watch, especially the Chi, because they're so raw with the storylines. Just reflecting on your life and what decision you should make, and considering like if I made this type of decision, this is potentially where it can go, and just being conscious, very conscious about like, okay, this may go here, or maybe I shouldn't, be in this type of situation. So just, applying the decisions that we've made, learning from our mistakes and applying it to yours.
Yeah. Relatability, definitely finding those real moments in your life that, we could throw up on screen and you can have that impact and have that dialogue maybe with your family. Maybe you want a better relationship with your baby mama after you see this. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you want a relationship with your family members after you see this. And I think, that's what we want to do. We are what we need in a sense. Like we definitely need each other. We need our family. We need to be together. So I think that's what I think that's what people are going to take away from season 5 for sure.